Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly here. Hey, Gary. Welcome, Gary. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good, good. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Francis. Hey, Francis. Welcome. Welcome, Francis. Hey, Kawisi. Welcome. Guys,
Good evening, David.
Hello. We'll get started shortly, guys. Welcome.
Hi.
Hey, Charity. Welcome, Charity. Welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. This evening is trading in the zone, trend following, and using trading systems to manage our trades. We'll get started shortly here. Hey, Bill, welcome, Bill, welcome.
Hey, David.
Hello. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Trading in the zone, trend following, and trading systems this evening. We're seeing a rotation in the Forex market. Hopefully it will last. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. Hey, Terry, welcome, Terry, welcome. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Gerald, welcome, Gerald, welcome.
How we doing?
Good, good. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Hey, Zaire, welcome, Zaire.
Hey, David.
Hello. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. We've got a lot to go over. As you guys know, on Wednesdays, we do trading in the zone, right? Trend following. And we want to utilize our trading systems. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen as we go through the different markets. We're going to focus on, again, trading in the zone, so mindset. All right, following the trends, right? Following the rotations, following the trends, and then using trading systems to help manage our process. All right, so you guys should see my screen here. So what's the news of the day? What's the news of the day, guys? Anyone? What have we been waiting for? What's the news of the day? Anyone?
Rotation, the new rotation.
Bitcoin. Yeah, right. The new rotation, right? And it's always exciting when we get a new rotation in any of the markets, but in particular the Forex market. All right. So you know, things have been choppy for a while. I think late last night, early morning. It's amazing how quickly Forex moves, right? So I think we had about 23. Hey, Gerald, welcome. I think we had 23 out of our 58 pairs, right? Forex pairs that were not really trending, but they were above 20. All right. So they were, you know, either trying to break out or, you know, trading near resistance. And, you know, late in the day, right, late morning, early afternoon, we started to see a move in the dollar. All right. And we started getting signals. So that's why we use our systems, right, to alert us on when there are new moves in the market. So we'll take a look at the dollar pairs, and hopefully, you know, this move will last. All right, we've done great with the dollar pairs. We've had 2 good rotations, right, with the dollar pairs. So hopefully we'll catch a 3rd rotation. All right, so we'll talk about that. All right. Any questions on anything before we start? Anything in particular you guys want to talk about before I start here? Anything in particular you guys want to take a look at?
You see those ones that are gray, kind of grayish color looking. What does the grayish color mean?
The grayish color.
Yeah, on your trending ranging the 2020, 2055 and 2039, the euro USD.
Oh, okay, right here. Those are like they're new. They're just popping up. Yeah, they're new. Yeah.
Hey, I was wondering if you click on that one right there, that USD Hungarian or that USD Euro, that one right there. If you click on that, going selling it short. Let me ask you a question about this. Okay. So you got a sell short signal right there, and you got a lot of support that it's going to have to work through. All of that support right there. What is your
right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. The support is going to have to try to break through all of that. All of that. What is your? And then if you look at the other one right next to it, the Euro SGD, the Euro USD, they all look identical, right? With the sell short signal. What is your opinion on those breaking through all of that support? Does it normally happen, or they pull back when you got that much support to try to get through?
Yeah. Hey, Peter. Welcome, Peter. Well, just think of just think of support, and I'm glad you starting to watch these areas, right, Gerald? That's exactly what we want to do. Here is support here. Here is support. Just know that the price might have a difficult time, right? Because this is where the buyers held, right? The buyers held here, and prevented the price from moving lower. All right. So just know that the good thing is here is a target. So price could get to this support here, but you might have some difficulty breaking through there.
Yeah, it may bounce you around quite a bit to get through all of that.
Yeah, it might consolidate a bit. And that's a good question, right? This is the way you guys want to think about when you trade. Look at the levels, right? Look at where support is, look at where resistance is, you know, like here, and start to gauge so that when we are trading, I know we are looking to make money, but from here to here, right? A lot of traders will look at a trade like this, and they're looking for to make, let's say, 300 pips, right? They're looking to make 300 pips, where we know from here to here, guess what? It doesn't matter what we do, right? To get 300 pips, we would have to break through this range here. But guess what? From here to here, you know, we might get 20 pips or so, all right, or 30 pips. So, okay, or what we could do is use the 240 here, but now put it on a smaller time frame, right, for 30 minutes to capture this move here. All right, but just know that.
Okay,
yeah,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So just know this is a floor here, right? You can break through it, but just know that it was very difficult here to break through, very difficult here to break through. So that might happen again. All right. So good question. Good question. All right. Anyone else before I get started here? Any other questions? Good question, Gerald. And what you will notice that you mentioned the 3 here. So let's take a look at, see here. So the dollar, and you're right, they're all setting up similar, right? So the dollar, euro dollar is doing the same thing. All right. And so euro dollar, same thing. Here is support, here is support. But what could help us with, in particular, the euro dollar? So guys, remember, we're looking at following trends, right? Trends using the systems, so trend following using the systems and trading in the zone. What could help us with USD currently right now, euro dollar? What could help us break this support here? What could help us break?
The fact that the dollar is, the dollar index is rising.
Bingo. Right? Good job. Good job. Yeah. So the fact that these dollar pairs here are rising, that could help, right? Because this is the reverse. That could help the euro dollar move lower. All right. All right. So good job. Let's take a look at USD DKK. So that's the reverse, right? That's the reverse. So we'll put it here in the long, and guess what? We've got a long signal here. Same thing here, look. So we had the same thing, right? Support on the other pair, all right? And now on the dollar pairs, guess what? We have resistance up here, right? So it's flipped. You guys see that? You guys see that? It's flipped. Yep. So here is resistance. Here is resistance. We got a buy signal here. And just like we would test the support, right? On the other pair, guess what? We're going to be testing resistance. So if the dollar, as this one is USD DKK, breaks this resistance, guess what? EUR USD will break support. All right. All right. Okay. And notice we've got a buy signal. This is almost identical, but it's flipped. All right. So let me do this.
Yeah, all 4 of those at the bottom of that, the USD, Hungarian, SG, all of those identical, all 4.
Yeah. And that's what we want to start doing, guys. So we want to follow those patterns. Right. And that will, by doing that, that'll give us a lot of confidence in our move. That doesn't mean that price could reject this area, right? Sellers could come back in like here. Let me show you guys here. Sellers could come back in, right? And reject the price here like they did here. They rejected it here. So if the price gets to this area, right, if it moves up to resistance here, sellers could come in and reject it. All right. So we've got to pay real close attention, right? And we'll go through, right? We'll go through what's setting up. All right. But guess what? It could get rejected. So when it gets to near to that resistance, we got to pay close attention. All right. All right. That helps, Gerald?
Yes, it did. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay. All right. Just interrupt me, guys. Interrupt me if you guys have any questions. This is, you guys know. So those of you who trade Forex, and in particular Monster Scalper with us, you guys know we've been consolidating for a bit. All right. Not long, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks at the most. All right. So we've noticed that, and we've been saying, just be patient, right? Don't trade a lot, trade small, right? Trade small, be nimble, all right? Build your capital and just get ready. Well, we notice here that more of the pairs, guys, I tell you, this thing moves really quick. I sent out a message this morning that we had, I think, 23. So we had about here, all these pairs here were above 20, right? And trying to break out, all right? And the rest of these were all red. Now we've got, right, in 24 hours, look here, now we've got more pairs that are breaking out and trying to trend. So we've got 35 now. 35 out of 58 pairs that we track are now above 20. So that's good. It's a new rotation. It's a new move. We would like to see more of the dollar pairs break out. All right. We're still here, right? We're getting buying coming in here. You guys see that? We're getting buying coming in right over here. All right. So that's good. We'll take this. All right. We'll take this. All right. So this is what is setting up. So let's take a look at the dollar index. All right, let's take a look at the dollar index. And this is what's exciting. All right, you guys know we always watch the dollar index, right, to tell us what the dollar pairs are doing. And we've been watching this, right? So this is the dollar index on the monthly time frame. Forget what everyone is telling you out there. Right, so it doesn't matter. You know, I know there are folks out there, you know, that they're bearish on the dollar's going to collapse, right? That's not what we see in here. All right, that is absolutely not what we see in here. All right, the last time the dollar made a move, right, made a big move on a break of resistance right here, buy signal right here, all right, was in 2014, middle of 2014. All right. Broke resistance, right? This is a monthly time frame. So every single candle here is a month's worth of data. So the first month here is where it broke out, second month, third month, fourth, fifth, and so on. Made a big move. This right here, this early move right here is basically where we are right now. All right, broke resistance here. All right, and we broke resistance earlier in the year, this year, right? Guess what? Green candles, buyers are in control. And what we hope is we get another move like this so that we can hopefully have several months, right, where we could trade the dollar. And we've had some great trades with the dollar already, right? So this is very encouraging. We need the dollar to hold above resistance. And that resistance is 102, 102.62. All right, right now, right? And this is what's causing the dollar pairs to move higher. Currently, it's at 105. All right, currently it's at 105.10. So that's the monthly time frame. All right, you guys see that? You see what's setting up here? Yes or no?
Yep.
All right, very good. All right, so now let's go. That's the monthly. Let's go to the weekly time frame. All right, so let's go to the weekly time frame. So here is the weekly. All right, here's the weekly time frame. What's exciting is that we broke. Here is the high. I wouldn't call this resistance, right? I mean, it is resistance, not very strong resistance, but resistance nonetheless. All right, so look here. This is the best setup right now. This is the best setup we've got right now with Forex. All right, and guess what? It broke that resistance right here, and now we're moving higher. We're in the markup phase. All right, so here was our buy signal here on the break of this support. I mean, resistance right here. Here is support right down here. Right down here is support. All right, we needed to get above this resistance. Hey, Peter, I'll get with you in a second. We needed to get above this resistance right here, which we did. All right, which we did. Go ahead, Peter.
I just want to ask questions about last 3 weeks. So it looks like it tried to make new highs, but it did a pullback.
Yes.
Correct? And after the pullback, it started to go back up.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's a bullish sign.
That's very bullish. Good point. Yeah, that's very, very bullish, right? Here, when it did the pullback here, very similar, right? It pulled back here, very similar, but guess what? It broke down, right? It broke down, right? So it's holding, guys. It's holding and it's building, right? If you guys look here, it's really building, right? So buyers are definitely in control right now, all right? So this is a good sign. It's cleared this area. It has cleared this area, all right? We've got, now look here. Here, hold on. Let's do this. Okay. I want you guys to look here. This is why this is exciting and why we need to stay with the trades, right? So if you guys, if you don't get scared out of these trades, okay? So that's going to be your challenge, especially on the 240, all right? So here is your accumulation here. This is a larger move, right? So here is your big move right here. Here is your box right here. Here is resistance, and then here is support. This is on a weekly time frame, guys. It's on a weekly time frame. So this is a big macro move. It shows similar on the monthly time frame.
I know I'm probably the only guy that uses these trending candles, but do you mind putting that on really quick for me?
The trending candles?
Yeah, under the styles.
Why?
Well, I like to use it because it really shows the bullish action and bearish action.
Yeah, but I no, because that shows it within, it will show that within the move, right? So I don't like that too much because what it will do, it will show you. So let's talk about that. All right. So it will show bullish and bearish within the markup phase, right? Right, Gerald?
Right.
Yeah. So what Gerald is referring to is this, right? these candles here, right? You can do a trending candle, right? Where within the trend, with it, a candle, you might have a bullish candle, right? So this could be a bullish candle, and then this could be a bearish candle, okay? Because it's coming down, right? And then this could be a bullish candle, right? A bullish candle, a bullish candle, bullish candle, and then here you would have bearish candle. What's the problem with that? Why do you think, why do you guys, because we don't use it. No, we can use it. Why do you guys think that we don't use that?
It'll tell you to get out of the trade prematurely.
Yeah.
Well, you're still going to use the system. You're not using the candles to decide any direction. You're looking at the way those buyers and sellers are action. You're looking at their action, and I know the candles are going to tell you once it closes the trading time. However, it really could also indicate, hey, even though it closed down, that was a bullish candle that closed down. Not all bullish candles closes up.
Okay. So, okay, now let's talk about trading in the zone. How could that help us or hurt us when we talk about trading in the zone?
I don't have any answers to that because I don't see it hurting me. I absolutely, I love it. I think it's one of a good feature on the system, and you know, it indicates to what each candle represent. And I know a lot of times we like to see it close, which we do. We also need to see what was happening in that just to continue to be savvy. You don't want to be, numb to the system. You want to be smart. You want to be not smarter than the system, but just as smart as the system.
Yeah.
Or
so,
anything smarter than the system.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, if you like it, that's great. What I don't like about it is this. All right. The goal is this, right? The goal is this, right? When we get into the trade and we get a buy signal, we want to hold on, right? Now we have green candles. There is absolutely nothing to do. We shouldn't do anything at all. We want to stay in that trade, right? You just want to now. We have traders that do a number of different things, and that's fine, right? The only time we should be concerned, this right here, this move here, this trend, there's absolutely nothing to do, right? Absolutely nothing to do. Even with the, and I'm glad you brought that up, Gerald, even with this purple support and resistance, all right? Even with, now I would respect this purple support and resistance because within the trend, right? Within the trend, we've got lower highs and lower lows, right? This is more of a concern. Even with this concern, even with the purple support and resistance, guess what? The price still went higher. The biggest thing with us as traders is staying in the trade. You guys know that, right? The more things we add, I wish I could eliminate every single thing on here and just follow price, okay? Because the more things we have to look at, the more difficult it is. But guess what? If it works for you guys, that's fine, all right? The big concern is this right here. When we get selling, follow the system, use the system. We get a red candle, right? Red candles, sellers are coming in. That's the big concern. If we don't have any sellers, if we don't have any white candles, no green candles, let it run, all right? But yeah, Gerald, if it works, I've used it in the past, but yeah, if it works for you, use it. That's fine. All right. Now, so the weekly time frame. All right, weekly time frame here. So you guys see what's happening here. Look here. All right. All right. Now we're breaking out. on the weekly time frame. So the buyers, we are no longer, right, at resistance. All right, they've held support down in here. All right, so we looked at the monthly, we looked at the weekly. Now let's take a look at the daily. All right, let's take a look at the daily. Peter, did you have another question?
No, I'll lower my hands.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go to the daily. That's the, all right. Here's the daily right here. All right. So here is the daily. Look what's setting up right here. What is setting up here on the daily? Can you guys tell me what is setting up here on the daily time frame for the dollar index? And this is encouraging.
We get a buy signal.
We got a buy signal. Very well. And Peter, you like this? What's building up here, Peter? What's building up here from IBD?
You gotta point to what you're asking.
Yeah, right here.
Oh yeah, it came back to hit the moving average, and the buyers push it up.
Pushing up, and it looks like it wants to do like a cup and handle, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
This
just
is
want to make a comment. If the dollar goes up, that means money is coming out of stocks. So bad for stocks.
bad for stocks.
Yeah, I had to rotate out of trading stocks. And start trading bonds. The bonds are going up too. Yeah,
that's a good play. Bonds are a good play.
Yeah,
yeah, bonds are a good play. But I want you guys to pay attention to this. All right. And the reason why we are doing this is so that you guys are not all over the place, right? You're not in the Aussie pairs or the New Zealand pairs or the yen pairs, right? If this early rotation, if it lasts, right, everyone should be in the dollar pairs, right? And so you need to know what is setting up, right? And this is a big, this was the first move we took in the dollar. Now this is the dollar index, but the pairs will follow. This was the second move we took in the dollar. That's a big move. That's a big move. That's a big move here. If we break this resistance right here, guys, all right, if we break this resistance, which it's testing, all right, and it pull back nicely to the moving average, all right, almost forming a perfect cup and handle, right? That handle still has to form. But if you guys look here, here's the buy signal. It pulled back, right? It pulled back, and guess what? It's above that resistance, right? And now it's looking to go after that high. If it gets past this, this is fine now, right? This is, we'll take this, but boy, if it can get past this high right here, this high is, what is that? The high here, I can't see that. Let's see here. Let's say 106 or a little lower. All right, it's gonna move higher. All right, so and guess what? We got that pullback, right? Perfect pullback, all green candles, right? And now buyers are coming back in, right? Very strong. This is very strong here. Very, very strong. And Peter is right, right? Peter is right that equities will definitely go lower. And we've seen that, right? We've seen that in the equity markets. Any questions on this? Because this is important. Any questions on this? Any questions on this? So this is the dollar index. So things are setting up on the daily, on the weekly, and on the monthly. And we have buy signals and trends. They're all in. We've got a markup, a very good markup phase right here on the daily. That this is reaccumulation, right? Reaccumulation here on the daily. On the weekly, we're clearly in the markup phase. Clearly in the markup phase. We've passed. Look here. We've passed through this resistance here. All right. Here is support here. So we've cleared the box, right? We're no longer in this box here. We've cleared that box. Okay. I hope you guys see that. All right. Monthly, on the monthly time frame, look here, we can even do this on the monthly time frame. And then we'll take a look at the pairs. So look at this perfect triangle right here. So there shouldn't be any questions as to where we should be trading, the pairs that we should be in. All right. So price is being squeezed, right? Monthly time frame squeezed, guess what? And finally breaking out. Okay. Higher highs. And we got that breakout. All right. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal. All right. This is a big deal. Any questions? If it fails, and it could happen, right? It could fail. The dollar could come back down. We'll know that. We'll know. All right. We'll know. But that's not what's happening right now. So we follow the trend.
And can we see the 240?
The 240, yes. So we can see the 240.
Trade on the 240.
Uh, 240, Peter. All right, so here is the 240. Look at that 240, huh? Get more data here. All right, so look at the 240 here. So buy signal right here on the 240. No, the 240 is early, right? And we're seeing that same move with the pairs, all right? But here's the 240, right? Breaking out, here's our buy signal. So we have to follow our system, right? Pretty good resistance, right? Pretty good resistance here. Let's draw it out. Pretty good resistance here. Failed here, failed here, failed here, failed a bit here. And here we are right now with this buy signal here, right here. Okay, and we're breaking out. It's early on the 240, but we've got confirmation on the weekly, daily, and monthly. All right. So this move right here is a lot like the actual dollar pair. So let's take a look at the dollar pairs. Does this help, Peter? You wanted to look at the 240?
Yeah. Now I can see the cup and handle. This is a clearer.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at the pairs. And the pairs, we got buy signals on today. All right. If you guys look here, this is USD DKK. This is very similar to the index. Very similar to the index we just took a look at. All right. Dollar ZAR If you guys trade dollar ZAR, be careful. That's a big mover, but it will move. It's a bit more expensive. All right. So it's volatile, but it will move. Buy signal right here. Buy signal right here. And it's moving higher. All right. USDS SGD. Look here, very similar. A buy signal right here, very much like the index. All right, we've got some resistance up in this area right here. If it breaks that resistance, these pairs are gonna move. Buy signal right here. So you guys should be, those of you who are using Monster Scalper, right? You should be all over these pairs. Forget what you think is going to happen. Forget the other pairs, forget these pairs. Here is what's setting up. All right, the dollar pairs, that's what's setting up. And our goal, if you guys notice, the dollar pairs, they're down in this area in here, right? They're down in this area. By the time they get up in this area right here, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Your goal is to get them as they're breaking out, giving buy signals, right? Down in this area here, right? By the time they get up in here, it's too late. And I always, it doesn't fail. I always get calls, texts from traders. Hey, asking David, is it too late? Yes, it's too late. And then you have to trade it on the 30-minute time frame because the 240s is moved too far. Hey, Taj, welcome. All right. So write this down. Write this down. Now, don't overload yourselves. Here's one here. All right, USD SEK. All right, buy signal right here. All right. Now these they're high, right? They're high, but that's okay because we have a bigger. We know what's happening, right? We know what's happening on here, right? But don't go heavy. All right, don't go heavy, and don't trade all of them. Find one or two good ones to trade. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's keep going here. USD PLN. That's waiting for a buy signal, right? It's approaching resistance in this area, right above this area here. We should get a buy signal on this one. All right, USD NOK, and set this up. USD NOK is still setting up. USD MXN, this is volatile, but be careful, it moves. It's setting up. We should get a buy signal somewhere in this area in here. All right. Another one here, setting up. Look at a good, guys. When you look at, and I mentioned, don't get in all of them, right? Find one or two, find the best ones. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Anyone? Anyone? How do we know if one pair, they're all dollar pairs, we know that. But how do we know if one pair is a better, might present a better opportunity than another pair? How do we know that?
Has to do with the price being lower, right? Because it can move more pips.
Yeah, so that's yeah. So lower in the markdown phase, yeah, that would help, right? That would help. Charity, yeah, that helps. What else? What else?
How well it's trending.
What's that?
How well it's trending.
How well it's trending. Very good. Very good. How well it's trending, how well it's trading. Remember, right? We're talking about using our trading system, right? So how well it is trending, but most importantly, how well is it being traded by the system? All right, is this one being traded well by the system? This pair here?
That's not traded very well at all.
That's not trading very well at all. Okay, so let's find one that's trading very well. Is this one trading very well?
Yeah, if you watch the monsters on Nickelodeon.
It does look like that. Yeah, but no, right? How about this one here? How about this one here?
That one looks good.
That one looks good. You think so?
Yep, gives us a buy signal.
Okay, well, we'll put that on the list, right? Let's keep going. All right, let's do this. We're gonna start here at the top. Okay, how about this one here? How about this one?
Bingo.
Yeah, bingo, right? So we could put that on the list, right? So USD ZAR. So I want you guys to start looking. When you look, you can't trade all of them. We've got what, about 12 dollar pairs. You're not going to trade all of them. All right. And even if you could, you wouldn't, that's very risky. So we want to find the best ones. Okay. Is this a good one to trade? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Why is this a good one to trade? Because they're nice swings. Guess what? With nice swings, here was a profitable trade. Here was a losing trade, but guess what? We got out early, right? All right, nice swings down. It's not choppy, right? We get nice swings. This was a decent swing here, okay? All right, so nice swing. So USD ZAR was the first one. This one here, USD SGD, and this is the type of filtering you guys want to go through. USD SEK, all right, that's okay. All right, a little bit of choppiness in here, but nice swing here, right? Nice swing. So the system is trading that pair really well, right? On that time frame, on the 240-minute time frame. We put it on a different time frame, guys. Guess what? You're gonna see a totally different result. All right, totally different result. So USD, what was that? SEK. All right, let's keep going. USD PLN. All right, nice swings here, right? A little bit of choppiness here, but nice swing here. Look at this, nice swing here. Okay, so it is not a guarantee that it will continue. Okay, but we can, we can eliminate some of the pairs that are just, that's really choppy. All right, look at this. This is a nice one, right? Look at this, right? No losses, nice trades. Boom, 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 right? You guys see that? Right, so USD NOK. All right, so this one definitely makes the list. We just gotta wait for more buying to come in, break resistance, give us a buy signal. All right, although it's high, right? It's high, that's okay, right? It's a perfect setup. All right.
Sometimes I see stuff like this and I look at the history of it long term, and it's at like the highest that it's been in forever. And then I get a little bit cautious about taking a trade like that.
Yeah, so normally, Charity, yes. So normally, yes. Yes, but based on if we look at, so let's do this. I'm glad you mentioned this. So that's USD NOK, right? And we know that it's high. There are times when we want to be very, very careful with trading high like this, high in that reaccumulation phase. But let's take a look at, let's look at the history now. Okay. And we haven't seen the history on this particular pair. We've looked at the dollar index. So let's take a look at what it's doing on the monthly time frame. Okay, so on the monthly time frame, look, right? Guess what? On the monthly time frame, it's breaking out. Right? It's breaking out. Now it doesn't have a buy signal yet, but guess what? It's breaking out of this consolidation. All right. So whenever it breaks out, guys, whenever it's breaking resistance, right, that's new buyers. Remember, that's new buyers coming into the market. Okay, so yes, is it a bit riskier when you only look at the 240? Yes. Yes, Charity. When you only look at the 240, but now when we look at the monthly, boy, we can see that, guess what? Sellers are not in control, right? Buyers are in control here. Green candles, right? On the monthly too, right? Now let's bring it to the weekly. Let's take a look at the weekly. So weekly is right here. Let's see what's happening on the weekly. Look at that on the weekly, right? We have a clear buy signal here, break of this resistance right here, clearly in the markup phase. Who's in control of price on the weekly time frame? Charity, who's in control of price on the weekly time frame? Charity, who's in control of the price on the weekly time frame? Anyone?
Sorry, I don't know why, but my screen just
Okay.
froze, so I couldn't see it. Now all I can see is my name. So I can't even see what you're
Can you see it now?
seeing.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyone? Okay.
Now I can see it.
You can see it. So the buyers are in control, right?
Yeah, bullish.
Bullish,
Green candles.
right? Yeah. So on the monthly, we've got confirmation. On the weekly, we've got confirmation. Let's go to the daily. Look at this. On the daily, guess what? Right? Daily, break of resistance right here, right? Markup phase, right? We have the nice pullback to the moving average, all green candles. Guess what? We got a pullback right here. So yes, ordinarily, Charity, yes, right? But based on what's happening, we can take this risk. All right. It's always risk reward, right? So yes, is it a bit riskier on the 240 up in that markup phase, in that reaccumulation? Yes, but guess what could happen? Let me show you guys what could happen here. Okay. And you guys will notice this. If the price moves, right? So if we get, all right, we'll go another 10 minutes. If the price really moves, that won't even look like reaccumulation anymore, right? It will. So let's say, for instance, was it this one? Yeah, USD okay. So let's say, for instance, the price really takes off and move. This right here will now be at the bottom of your chart. Okay, so it won't be at the top here anymore. If the price breaks out, now this area right here, right, because the price will move higher, this area right here might become in the middle of your chart. If it really moves, it might get to the bottom of your chart. You see that? So it's a bit tricky, you know, to mess with you. All right, so if the price breaks this resistance here and starts to move higher, this area right here will now be at, you know, the middle or near the bottom of your chart.
This one doesn't have a buy signal. So price, where does it have to break for it to give us a buy?
A buy signal. Okay, so it has to break where we've got really good resistance. So we've got here is just a high, right? But we got pretty good resistance here. Let's draw it out. And it's not exact. Sometimes it will be perfect, right? With a buy signal, like right here. We got a perfect buy signal right here. Okay, a perfect buy signal right here. That blue triangle is your buy signal. The arrow is just pointing to the candle. All right, it's just pointing to the candle, but this, it's hard to see. This triangle here is your buy signal. So Peter, if this candle breaks, right, so it will give you an arrow here on this, but then it will give you a little triangle probably right here is where I'm thinking. But sometimes it might go a little higher and then you might get that triangle right here. All right. I think Gerald, you had one was it last week that gave a high, was it euro yen gave a high buy signal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that happens sometimes. But this is, so wait, you guys just have to wait, don't get in, wait. It has to break resistance and you know, wait for the signal by the system. Okay, wait for the signal.
And the
by
good
the
thing
system.
about NOK is once it breaks resistance, you don't have a lot of resistance to go through. So it could really take off.
It could really take off.
It could really take off.
Yeah. And USD NOK, those are inexpensive, right? It's not very expensive. USD CAD is not very expensive. USD Swiss, so you could build really good positions in this, right? Here is dollar CAD. This one here, put on your radar, right? It's trading nice. These are nice trades. It's not choppy. You get nice swings, right? So you get, that's when you guys, I'm serious, when you guys look at, there are a lot, you can't trade all of them. Find the best ones and you will know which ones are best by how the swings, the high and low swings. Okay. Zaya, you had a question?
Yeah, David, before you go, right? I have two trades. I want to trade the dollar pairs, but I have two trades that I'm in. I want to know if I should just get out, or what do you see before I start the dollar pair rotation?
Okay. What time frame are you trading them on, Zaya?
The 240, and it's the Great Britain CAD, and it's the Great Britain USD. And I'm in a short on those. I just want to know if I should just take my profit and just go.
Okay. Okay, so Great Britain
CAD.
CAD. Okay, so GBP CAD. Okay, and you shorting it?
Yeah, I already shorted from it. We spoke on Monday, but I'm want more, if it has more room to go down before I get out at that support level.
Let's see here. Let's bring up a daily. Oh, look at that daily. Huh.
Yeah, we spoke about this on Monday too.
Yeah. Weekly. Yeah, you could go.
I think he was on the 30-minute, wasn't you, Zaire?
Yeah, we spoke about that along with the Euro CAD because we were talking about the CAD.
Are you in it? You in it pretty good?
Yeah, I'm in pretty good.
I would let it run, bud. I would let it
Right.
run. Yeah. I mean, look.
Then
Go ahead.
Yeah, and when the Great Britain USD, I'm kind of scared of that one, but look at it when you get a chance.
Okay. I would let it run. This is the monthly. Look at this. You guys see that it broke support right here on yeah, so it broke support right here, pretty decent support, give a sell short signal right at support right here. And yeah, so you've got more room there. That's on the monthly. On the weekly, look at that. Look at that. A lot of good selling, broke support right here, right? Not that you're going to trade it on those time frames, but it's, you know, look at this. This is the daily, right? It got that pullback. Look at that. It got that pullback, right? Why can't, and sellers came in on the daily, and it looks like it want to test this low right here. Yeah, that's a pretty good trade. If you had gotten in, guys, this is good also. If you ever get into a trade and where the daily looks like a really good setup, sometimes you can get in on a smaller time frame, right? And if you get in good where you up a few hundred pips, right, you might be able to leave it on that daily and just let it run. All right, and just let it run, right, while you continue to trade, you know, other pairs. But look at, I mean, look at this. You can't even count the amount of pips here. All right, let's put this back on the 240. Yeah, good job with this. I would just hold on and just trade it on the 240 Zaire. All right. So let's look at the pound dollar. It was the pound dollar, right? Pound CAD and then pound dollar. So pound dollar, pound dollar is right here. So guess what? All right, this is the reverse, right? So pound dollar, you shorten it. I would hold on this one too, because guess what? As the dollar pairs go up, right, this is gonna go down. All right, this will go down. That makes sense?
All right, thank you, David. Sound good.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah, hold on to these, and then just find, what I would do is go through like you know, like I was doing. Right, I was just doing, go through and then find the best one. You in 2 trades already, so I would watch, you know, what's your margin, what's your capital, and then find, you know, an inexpensive one to trade. And you can build with these here, the dollar CAD, dollar Swiss, right? They're not very expensive. USD, DKK, right? They're not very expensive. I wouldn't trade this one here. It's a choppy. It's a bit choppy, but definitely dollar CAD looks good. Dollar Swiss, look at this with the dollar Swiss, guys, right? If this, look at this, look at the previous, this trade here. Look at this trade right here, nice trading. And guess what, boy, if you get a buy, we know what's happening with the dollar pairs. We get a buy signal anywhere here. Boy, look at that, right? So the lesson is this, and we don't go through this a lot. We don't talk about this a lot, all right? But I want to talk about this because, you know, we want to talk about the systems tonight. Watch how the system is trading that pair. Watch how the system is trading that pair. Now, a lot of the pairs, all right, you will get clues, right, based on these numbers in here, but you can visually see how the system is going to trade every pair just a little differently. And you guys saw that in this example here. All right, so don't just randomly take a trade. All right, look at where it is. Is it really, if you know, find one that's a healthier, like up in this area right here, rather than the ones that's down in this area right here. All right, but pay attention to how the system, it's being traded by the system. All right, okay, all right. So be careful though, this is an early rotation. So don't go heavy, guys. You know, build positions slowly, right? These can pull back, you know, they can pull back a bit, retrace a bit before they move again. All right. So just be careful. It is a new rotation, but just trade lightly. You can always add in the reaccumulation phases. All right. But this time around, go through the pairs. Every rotation, you guys are going to learn. You're going to get better. All right. And what we're doing is we add into your skill level. Okay. This is another one. All right. Watch how the system the pairs are being traded by the system. You can't trade all of them. Just find the best one. Yes, Gerald. You have a question for me, Gerald? All right. Okay, guys. Any questions on this before I leave? Any questions on anything? All right. Monster scalper traders, you guys will get messages from me. All right. And some of these messages might be early in the morning. All right, because we want to stay on top of this move here. It looks good. It really does look good. Looks like a really good setup. All right, so we'll be in touch. All right, take care, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.